Segment 10 ניקוד 1 ניקוד ט' וכל חטאותינו הודיע לנו וכל חטאותינו הודיע לנו. In this segment, we'll show how to add beauty and impact to a message by employing restatement. The restatement will involve varying word order through the use of chiasm. I wonder whether you've noticed that synonymously parallel lines may undermine the impact of the message they contain. The cause is this: since, by nature of being synonymous, they recycle information from the first line to the second line, that very recycling can run the risk of boring the hearer, losing the hearer's attention. The compositional technique that we'll deal with in this segment can serve as an antidote to this sort of attention loss. We're talking about chiasm. It involves inverting the order of some words in the synonymous second line. Let's look at an example. As we read over this bicolon from the current Jonah episode, notice how there's an inversion moving from colon aleph to colon beit, an inversion with regard to whether the verb or the object will be placed first in the colon. Colon aleph will begin with the verb, Gila neviacha et peshaenu lefanenu. Gila, the verb, and then the object comes later, et peshaenu. In contrast, colon beit will begin with the object and follow later with the verb. V'chol chatotenu hodia lanu. The object, v'chol chatotenu, comes first, and then comes the verb, hodia. Notice the key or X pattern that is revealed as we connect respective elements from one line to the other. Here's another example. This time, it does not illustrate synonymous parallelism, but chiasm within an antithetically parallel bicolon. Colon aleph, birachta otanu bakol. Colon beit, uvederech shalom, lo halachnu. Pause the video to study this bicolon. See if you can determine which element or elements in colon beit have been inverted with regard to colon aleph in order to form a chiasm. Now it's your turn to experiment with crafting a chiastic bicolon. You can draw your material from one of several places. Option 1, you can locate a bicolon from within Eser Nikud Achat Jonah episode, which already is fully composed, but is not at this point chiastic. Option 2, you can return to one of the bicola that you completed in segment Eser Nikud Achat Nikud Chet. That was a situation where you were supplied with the first monocolon and asked to generate the second. If you wish, you may draw from one of those that you worked with earlier. Or option 3, you may compose an entirely new bicolon. In the case of option 1 or option 2, please begin by copying the original colon aleph in the space that you see, and the original colon beit in the space that you see at the bottom, and then in the space between, resequence either colon aleph or colon beit. Now, if you select option 3, then your composition will naturally be chiastic from the outset. You will not need to fill in the middle line showing any change, but do proceed to circle and label the chiastic elements and connect them with lines, thereby displaying the X or key pattern.